Welcome in. Happy Monday, everybody. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you had a great All-Star break. We had the All-Star break last week. Baseball didn't start up again until Friday. And then, we had some games over the weekend. Coming off a 2-1 day for me on Sunday, which is nice to get some profit. Let's see if we can start the week off hot here on Monday with a winning pick. I also want to make some announcements here. There'll be more announcements coming here as we approach NFL season. We've got some stuff that's pretty big time that we've been working on behind the scenes, but I will be covering preseason NFL for DFS, a little bit of betting too, but mostly, we play DFS for preseason. So, if you're interested in some preseason football action, we have the Hall of Fame game next week, actually, and then the week after that, I think, is when the full slates start. But I will have some picks up for the Hall of Fame game next Thursday. I'll tweet some announcements like out and stuff, and we'll social blast it closer to the Hall of Fame game. But I'm gonna try and run some sort of a sale. So if you guys are interested in signing up for NFL DFS this season at dfskarma.com, I'm going to try and do a sale if you want to buy the full season. And then obviously you can just sign up for the month and then you get access to all of our DFS cores for all sports if you sign up for the month. So you'll get, like, if you just sign up for the month, you'll get preseason NFL, MLB, PGA. That's still going on. We had the British Open last week, but there's still some PGA tournaments throughout the month of August. So yeah, but I'm going to try and run a sale. So just be on the lookout for that. If you're interested in signing up for NFL DFS this season, it is rapidly approaching. But I will have preseason information, both betting and DFS. Sometimes like Prize Picks and some other those prop sites have NFL preseason stuff. So maybe we can dive into that as well. But with that being said, let's dive in. I have one bet for us today in the MLB streets on Monday. And we are going to go with the over 10 runs in the Boston Red Sox Colorado Rockies game. This is minus 118 on FanDuel. You can see it's actually 10.5 on DraftKings. So if you're going to take it on FanDuel, get that push potential at the 10 run mark. But you can see typically I don't do this, but this is a public bet, and the larger percentage of the handle is very clearly on the under here. So you might be able to wait, honestly, and take this closer to game time tonight and maybe get a 9.5. Just if you want to do that, you can wait and see, or you can just take that 10 run mark now over on FanDuel. Like I said, I normally don't do this though, but there's some reasons I really like this bet tonight. So I think that this number of why a lot of people are taking the under is probably because it's the Red Sox first game in Coors Field, and typically it takes teams a little bit to adjust. And, I don't have the numbers up, but I'm sure, there's probably some sort of a trend that can support for a team's first game in Coors Field. Like maybe it underwhelms relative to, what we're typically accustomed to in Coors Field. But there's some reasons that I like this over tonight. So for the pitching matchup, we have Tanner Houck going against Austin Gomber. For the Red Sox, Tanner Houck's been very, very good this year. He's got a 2.54 ERA, which is far and away his career best. He's got a career best in weighted on base allowed. He's got a career best in walk rate at 5%. He's been very, very good this year, but he's also been pretty lucky. If we look at the expected ERA from him, it's at 3.71. So over a full run higher than his actual ERA. And we've kind of seen that correct a little bit in recent times. I know we had that All-Star break, but if we look at just his recent starts, I don't like to be a game log watcher, but since I think that he's been lucky, you can see on 629, a 7 earned run game. And then he only went 3 1/3 against the Yankees. Maybe that was weather. I'm not sure. I think it was actually on July 5th. But then he had a good start against Oakland. No shocker there. And then we saw him in the All-Star break, gave up 3 runs in the All-Star game against the National League. So I don't know. I'm not very bullish on Tanner Houck throughout the rest of the season, just because I think he's been lucky. And on top of that, this is not a guy that's ever thrown a lot. in one season at the major league level. And Boston is red hot right now. I mean, they're very much going to need, these pitchers that they really weren't in the mix of things at the beginning of the season. But now, we're post All-Star break. They're 6.5 games back in the American League East, but they're 53-45. So they're very much in the playoff race here. They're just one game back of a wild card spot currently. So, they're going to need these pitchers down the stretch of the season if they want to get in the playoffs. And Tanner Houck in particular, like I said, has just never thrown a lot in one season at the major league level. Like I think he's already thrown the most innings he ever has in a season. I don't know if that's accurate. I have to check it out. But by the end of the season, like if they're still in this race and he stays healthy, like he's going to just smash his innings pitched record. So, that's going to factor into things on top of the just good fortune that he's had throughout the season thus far. So I'm just not very high on Tanner Houck. And then, we can factor in he's going to Coors Field. Pitches, at that altitude typically don't move as much as we're accustomed to, especially sliders. He throws a slider 43% of the time. He throws a sinker 30% of the time. So, that could be another issue caused. And then factor in that the Red Sox just played a really, really hard fought series against the Los Angeles Dodgers over the weekend. And they had to extend, the back end of their bullpen quite a bit in those games. All those games were close. So we're talking about, we have a pitcher that I think has been pretty lucky this season going into Coors Field with a really tired bullpen behind him coming off a hard-fought series against the Dodgers. I think this is a recipe for the Rockies to score some runs tonight. And then on the flip side of that, I mean, Austin Gomber's not very good. The Boston Red Sox offense has been on fire. They don't hit left-handed pitching very well, but Austin Gomber is predominantly a fastball pitcher. Tyler O'Neill, Rafi Devers, Jarren Duran, Connor Wong, a lot of the guys that, you would expect a lot from in this Red Sox lineup, they're pretty good against fastballs. Tyler O'Neill and Rafi Devers both have monster hard hit rates against fastballs, like over 60%. So overall, I have no qualms about the Boston Red Sox scoring runs tonight. And I actually think this is like kind of a spot where we could see the Rockies get some runs. So I'm going to be taking the over 10 at -118. Like I said, there's a big amount of money coming on this under. So maybe we could wait until closer to the game and get a 9.5. I'm just not sure. But overall, I'm going to play it and track it as the 10. Boston Red Sox, Colorado Rockies, over 10 runs at -118. That's today's pick. If you made it to the end of the video, please drop a like. I do appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel so you know when I post these videos every single day. And stay tuned. Like I said, I'm going to try and run a sale for preseason NFL coming up here. During football season, I'll tweet out the content schedule, but we're going to have daily videos, probably daily live streams as well. The content will be flowing heavily once we get to the middle of August. So thank you guys for tuning in. Good luck with your bets tonight, and I'll see everybody on Tuesday.